Hey guys, really quick. I really butchered this episode with the names. I'm sorry, I'm really horrible with names. And this is a new show, but I'm getting to it. Please look out for I guess you could call them subtitles that I'm putting up so you can see what's what and who I'm actually talking about. I'm sorry. But enjoy the video, guys, and thank you for watching.
It's Thanksgiving in Dubai. I hope you like French fries. Cue the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving unless you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out. Look how I just boast it out. Now come on, baby, why you bugging? We can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no, I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back. Back with another video. We here to discuss Real Housewives of Dubai Season 1, Episode 2. It's all about Ayan, and guess what? The girls are here for it. But let's get into it. So the episode opens up. Karen and her son are baking a cake, okay? Her son, I believe his name is Christian or whatever. So they baking a cake, and she wants to instill values in her son that are not like misogynistic or, very male-centered. She wants him to be able to know that, everybody's centered in the world. So basically, she just doesn't want any toxic masculinity taught to her son because from her culture, that's basically what it is. I get it. But she wants to teach her son how to eat from the floor because that's a tradition in UAE. But the son ain't here for it. The son was just like, girl, can we get up and get to the table? Because this floor eating is really not my forte. So Karen lets us know that she wants to raise her son the way her parents raised her. They were like her best friends, you know what I mean? But yet they still instilled traditions on her. So she wants to be able to be there for him emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all that stuff, but still let him know that, hey, look, mommy is here if you need me, and I still want to be able to instill these special traditions. But the baby ain't here for it. He likes the modern living thing. He's not trying to do all that. It's the new generation, girl. Don't worry about it. It ain't you. But she's trying to preserve her traditions, and they end up calling his grandfather and telling the grandfather that he baked the cake. And the grandfather was like, oh my God, you got to teach me how to do that one day. You know, the cute stuff you do for the kids. That was cute. So we move to the next scene. Caroline Brooks meets with Lisa. So she's meeting with Lisa, I want to say for a mommy's night out. I guess that's what it was. And Brooks basically feels like she missed their little kikis they used to have. Like they used to have a good kiki and a good knee slap and a high five or whatever. But Brooks is glad that her kids are back in school because she's like, girl, look, this is a lot, girl. With all these children, I suck at distance learning. Let's get these kids back into school. And then she goes, oh, my grandparents, are Jamaican. And then Lisa gets in her confessional and was like, girl, this girl is something different every time we turn around. Every week she's a new culture. She's English, she's Jamaican, she's African, she's everything under the sun. And girl, the people don't want to hear it. That's basically how Lisa feels. But Brooks asked her if she saw Nina's Instagram and says that Nina's Instagram says every brunette, needs a blind. And she's referring to Caroline Stansbury. So she was just like, well, that was really funny to me because when I spoke to her, that wasn't the tease I was getting, like what's going on? Lisa feels like, well, girl, look, she knew you the longest, so I'm confused as to what's going on. But she says, Lisa gets in her confessional and says that Brooks has said horrible things about Caroline. It said that she was ghetto, she was trashy. Now, I don't know if Brooks said that about Caroline or if Caroline said it about her, but I want to say Brooks said it about Caroline. Like, girl, look, the girl was spilling tea on you and it wasn't cute. Like, you need to really check that. So she's kind of confused as to why they so-called BFFs now that the show is going on. And one thing we know, the lights and the camera is going to turn the bitch up. Everybody knew that. You got to know that. So, maybe she feel like she need to find her a little something to cling to, you know what I'm saying, on the show. That's what I'm thinking. So Caroline Brooks says her and Ayan have a very interesting relationship. Basically, she can't live with her, but she can't live without her at all. And I watched the Watch What Happens Live, and Ayan basically said the same thing. We're really good friends. It's just like we just keep going at it. We're like oil and water, but somehow it works. So I feel like maybe they're just putting on for the camera a little bit. I think that they're super tight. They're super cool. And they're just trying to add drama for the show. That's my opinion. But if that's the case, then I'm here for it. No issues with it at all. Just don't make it look so obvious if you can. But definitely here for it, for you and her having y'all's little beef on film. Brooks go to give Lisa this doggone cheese or cheesecake or whatever it was, and it was nasty. So they ended up taking a shot. We move to the next scene. Brooke goes to meet Caroline with her dogs. Now Caroline got 3 dogs. I didn't know that. We saw the one that peed on the couch or on the we saw the one that peed on the mattress earlier, and I was just like, ew, that's nasty, because none of y'all decided to get up and change the sheets or nothing like that, or, you know, blot the pee stain. But that was something neither here nor there. But we find out she got 3 dogs. Child, please. But anyway, Caroline lets us know that she's building a house, and she says, look, in Dubai, you can't get a mortgage if you're self-employed. The people need to see paychecks and pay stubs. So when you're a self-employed person, the people don't want to hear from you. You know what? I understand, because they need to do that in America, because there's a lot of hoes out here. You feel me? I ain't even gonna go there. Nevertheless. But she's got her 3 dogs. Karen shows up, and she gets to play with one of the dogs. And Karen lets us know, look, it's really hard to get a divorce in Dubai, because, you know, once you get divorced, like, it's different for you. And Caroline says, hey, look, it's not like they leave you with all this gold and wealth and all this other shit. It's really heavy. Like, you got to be able to, you know, maneuver through that type of stuff. Caroline also lets us know that she's building a house on water. When I tell you the money, child, no wonder that gay man trying to marry you. Girl, I'll be trying to marry you too. You take women, call me if you do, because I damn sure will pull up on you. But one thing I noticed was that her husband was hanging with the girls. And I ain't really too particularly care for that. Because it's just like a fact. You don't have no male friends or no other friends you could be hanging with. Why is you with me and my girls? Like, make it make sense. And you know, the internet saying that he's there for the money. Caroline Stansberry, please hear my voice. That's why he done fed. You got to know that. Come on now. That boy ain't least bit interested in you, girl. He's there for the coin, because I would definitely be there too. Again, if you want a female companion of African American descent, please give me a call. I definitely show up, because you got the coin. Said what I said. But anyway, Caroline feels like her energy was off the other day, and they start talking about Ayan, and they flash back to Ayan, and she was just like, look, girl, I don't know what was going on with her, but it's really not giving for me. But Brooks feels like she's never seen her that way, because, you know, Brooks and her has a history. And so I feel like this is the time where everybody's noticing maybe it's something bigger than what Ayan is presenting. Maybe, you know, the big personality, the fashions, the feathers, all that stuff. Maybe it's something else behind that, and they need to do a little investigation. I think that would be great, because a lot of people who make the loudest noise have a lot of things going on. But Caroline Stansberry said, girl, I ain't got time to be playing with no Ayan. I ain't got time. I get it. We move to the next scene. Ayan is at dinner, and she's letting everybody on the camera knows and in TV land knows that she looks good. Say what she said. She said she looks good. But Nina said she showed up for runway fashion, because when Nina pulled up, she had Givenchy shoes, hat, jacket. You know what I'm saying? And like Ayan said, girl, I am the fashion god. Stop acting crazy. Like, this is what I do for a living. I am fashion. Like, it is what it is. I'm going to give you what it's supposed to be given. So, don't act crazy. But Nina lets her know that she don't wear her wealth. Nina says that she don't wear her wealth. She likes to keep her little pocket in her little coin in her pocketbook. Listen, black people, please listen. Let me say this. If you want to wear labels, designers, please, by all means, do that. I'm not trying to tell you you can't. By all means, I would never tell a black person what they can and can't do. What I will ask you to do is revisit the idea of putting your money on your body. You know, the chains for the dudes, the designer, the logos, and all this stuff for the women. Your richest people don't have that. I'm not telling you to be like anybody else, but what I am telling you is just think about it. That's all. I'm just going to go there, because Nina said she ain't putting her clothes and her money on her body. You know what? As you shouldn't, because I don't either. Said what I said, but I'm broke. Mind y'all business. But anyway, Nina wants to celebrate Thanksgiving, but she says, but Ayan says, baby, look, that's for the colonizers. Oh, we not doing no celebration over here from Africa, Somalia, girl, please. We don't do that over here. We do not do that here. Basically, it's what Ayan said, and it's no shade to her. It was just a meme from, you know, Black Panther and all that stuff. Y'all get it. So, Ayan brings up the fact that she feels like Caroline just basically don't like her, and she don't understand why. And Nina was like, look, I didn't see that. And Ayan was like, girl, was you at the same event I was at? Girl, she really was shading me the whole time. Like, what are you talking about? What is you saying? So Nina feels like basically they misunderstand each other. She was just like, look, girl, maybe y'all have a misunderstanding between each other. It's really not that deep. Maybe y'all should get together and talk and figure it out. But Ayan is just like, girl, look, I don't know what's up with your girl because it's something different every time I talk to her. Ayanna basically feels like she's a flip-flopper. Like she's here one day and another place another day. And also that she's very boring. I said, oh, Ayanna. But Ayanna says she ain't got time to give her another chance, but she'll think about it. Ayanna, give her another chance. You know what I'm saying? For the show's purpose. That's all I'm asking. So now we move to the next scene. Caroline and her boy toy, aka fiance, aka husband, aka beard, is out shopping. And they buying jewelry, thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, watch, necklace. And in my mind, I'm just like, girl, that could be me. Lesbians are probably accepting more. Like, girl, let me come through. Like, what is you saying? Like, but anyway, she got her boy toy on there acting like he give a damn. But they in the mall shopping for jewelry or whatever. And Brooks is at her house calling her servant, asking for coffee, tea, and everything in between. Listen, I ain't hating because I'm broke. I can't even talk about it. But Caroline tries on this necklace that's like $16 million. And I was just like, you know, between Caroline Stansbury and I want to say Nina, or was it Lisa? One of them, they the ones putting the money out there. Say what I said. They the ones putting the money out there. We move to the next scene. Lisa and her son go to the market. She looking for pork bacon for her Thanksgiving dinner. Because, you know, she's Jamaican. She's from Jamaica and American. But she tells us that the bacon is in a whole separate part of the market. You can't even buy this crap where she at. Like, you gotta be non-Muslim, pass the IQ test, security clearance, and all that stuff to go back here and get the bacon. But she get all the way back there and the folks ain't got no more bacon. So apparently more than just the non-Muslims is buying the bacon. Said what I said. But anyway, she goes back there to buy the bacon and end up getting lamb chops for her Thanksgiving dinner. But she says that she want to keep her Jamaican tradition because it's really, you know, deep in her. And I love Jamaican food. She starts naming the goat and the curry and the chicken and the rice and peas and all that stuff. And I got hungry immediately because I love, love, love and live for Jamaican food. I love it. So Nina basically calls her on a FaceTime and basically was like, girl, I ain't seen you since the dinner. What's going on? So Nina lets Lisa know that she had dinner with Ayan, and basically Ayan is feeling away about a certain couple things. So Lisa was like, girl, let me call you back. I got this shot with me. I got a lot going on. I can't be sitting up here talking to you. I gotta go. So she ends up getting off the phone. And you know what? At the end of the day, she wasn't talking about nothing. We move to the next scene. Lisa prepares her dinner, but she says she's cooking all the food. Now, Lisa is the girl from Jamaica. And she's a very traditional Jamaican woman. And she wants to cook and provide all the food for her dinner. Period. But the gag was, when she was getting ready to put that stuff on and walked away, she told the assistant to watch it. And I'm like, girl, is you cooking or is the assistant? But we gonna eat it though. It don't matter. So Nina and her kids, they get outside to the Thanksgiving. And they doing Thanksgiving in the sky. Nina. Thanksgiving in the sky. Again, that's where the money resides. Say what I said. But apparently, wherever they are, they're moving in the air. I don't know if it goes around in a circle. I don't know if that motherfucker go across town. Whatever it is, they're moving in the air. Nina feels like Thanksgiving is special because she said, although she has her own traditions, she just miss her American traditions, and her children especially like the American traditions because all the family comes around. Again, they're not big on Thanksgiving, but for this purpose and her being American, it's something that they celebrate. Now listen, girl had French fries at the Thanksgiving dinner. Now let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I'm critical of my food. You got to know that. You got to know that. And I get it, mixing it up, throwing a little, 1-2 step, in your little food for Thanksgiving. But French fries, girl, I would have turned the whole table over. You got to be kidding me. But she got French fries. Hopefully it's for the kids because I didn't really care for that. I didn't particularly care for that. Didn't do it. But Nina was like, girl, I'm from New York. And, my children is used to having this American tradition. And I want to have that for my children here. But this is what I did pick up. Girl, your churn bad. Say what I said. Them children was jumping and jumping jacks and all off the ceiling and the floors and the wall. And for the life of me, I want to tell all of them, sit your ass down. Sit it down. But you know, that's black mamas. So I'm going to just leave it where the black mamas at. But girl, your children was all over the place. No shade to the kids. They just being kids. I'm talking about the parents, girl. Y'all can't control them children. Girl, make it make sense. But anyway, they go around the table and ask the kids what they're thankful for. One of the girls said, girl, I'll be thankful if we get off this thing and not get hurt. As you should. It's before your time. You done been here before. I'm here for it. But they having a traditional Thanksgiving meal. And we already said they got the French fries and all that stuff. Lisa is there. And the husband tells Lisa that basically he started his business and got successful through Bitcoin. So he was doing something or another or whatever the case may be. And then he realized, holy crap, this cryptocurrency is a thing. So he started doing Bitcoin. So Lisa was just like, oh snap, like you got hella successful. So now Lisa wants to know the secret to a long marriage. And in my mind, I'm just like, girl, as for women, act like you ain't know what you ain't know. Act like you ain't see what you ain't seen. And just be happy that you got a man. And for the men, just let her feel like she won. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got a different secret. But she asked them how did they meet. And she tells them that basically he saw her picture and was flying out to America every couple of weeks. That's a good little coin. See, that's how she knew he had the coin. That's why she went on and gave it up and got married. As you should, because I would have done that too. If you were able to come from Dubai every couple of weeks, girl, ring me please. I'm just saying, that's just where I'm going to be at. Because we don't need to talk about nothing else at that point. But Lisa lets us know that she's been married twice and she's been a provider in all of her marriages. Welcome to the experience of a black woman. I ain't know they was doing that to all the women. But I'm glad to have you join the committee. Anyway, I ain't going to spend too much time on that. I don't want no shade, no tea, no smoke. But she says that her parents felt pressure that her divorce will cause her to have issues mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And they just basically want the best for her. Girl, look, you sound like, girl mama on Basketball Wives. Angel. Said what I said, but let's move on. Now, Ayan and her son arrived to Lisa's house, but they got a present, and it's a goat. Now, this is the gag part. In any other culture, no, in very few cultures, that would have been very widely accepted. And in the Bible, they would have accepted that. I got to tell you that. But that girl is Jamaican. That girl is Jamaican. They cook goat on a daily basis. Like, you never heard of curry goat? Like Lisa said, girl, look, I appreciate the thought, but girl, I will eat this goat. Like, what? I mean, people in America try to tame it like a dog. You know, black people in America, we try to make everything into a dog, a rabbit, a squirrel. It don't matter. We want to make everything into a dog. But it's different in Jamaican culture, girl. We eat that. What is you saying? And I'm not even Jamaican, but I want to eat it. Girl, turn that thing into a curry. But Ayanna lets us know, hey, look, this is different. This is for, good luck, good presents, and it brings you money. Can you drop one off at my door? Because I damn sure need one. Please, Ayanna, you can send it FedEx. Get one from Georgia. It don't matter. Just send it to my door. But basically, Lisa was like, well, I guess we're going to have to make it a pet. Girl, I hope y'all don't go hungry. But Ayanna wants to apologize for the other night. And she basically says, look, girl, I didn't know who Brooks was that night. Like, she was somebody different. She wasn't the person that I, normally know. And she didn't feel like it was okay that Brooks picked a side. And this is kind of alarming to Lisa because, Lisa was like, girl, but she knew you longer than Caroline Stansbury. So why is she over there saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is she not picking a side? I'm confused. And Lisa gets into her confessional, and she said, basically, people show you their true colors. And if she has an issue with you, then you need to deal with it. So now Ayan's husband is ready to go home. But Ayan lets us know that she didn't know true love until she met her husband back in 1999. Back when Cash Money Records took over for the 99 and the 2000s. I think we're starting to get to know a lot more about Ayan, Chanel Ayan, and I love it. I think that's something we need to know because I feel like that exterior, the feathers, like everybody was saying, like Brooks was saying, you see the feathers and then the chiffon and all that stuff. That is all a facade. We need to know who you are. And I'm here for it because I feel like Ayan puts on that facade because she is basically trying to cover up something. That's my opinion. That's what I said. But Ayan lets us know that she didn't know love until her husband met her. So I'm happy that she found her husband back in 1999, and she's happy to see what's gonna come up next. So we move to the next scene. Sarah and her son are walking and talking, and basically she's telling him she want to get him a haircut, but he ain't here for it. He said he's disappointed in her. Ayan arrives with a gift, but Ayan lets us know that you never go to nobody's house without a gift. Girl, can you bring that to the black community back in America? Because, girl, you know how many people I invited to my house without no gift? Girl, please. But Ayanna said you don't go to people's house without no gift, as you shouldn't. But they sit down to have a conversation. Nina asked Sarah about her dad. And basically, Sarah says that her dad was a business owner, and basically knew that she would be a business owner by the time she was like 5, 6, 7. Like, he just kind of saw it in her, the entrepreneurship. And she's been basically independent since then. So that prompts Ayan to say that her dad gave her everything. Like, literally, when he was there, he gave her everything. But at one point, he just decided he didn't want to be a dad anymore. And this is where the story gets deep. So she said he didn't want to be a dad anymore. She had to help out her mom. Her mom was inexperienced. She had to do all these things. And, it made her into the businesswoman that she is and her successes that she has, because she didn't want to be in a position that her dad was in. And it made me also think like, oh, so this nigga's all over the world. This ain't just down here in the America streets. This is in the African streets too. Oh, okay. I'm trying to act like I ain't already know that, but y'all get the point. But anyway, so Sarah asked Chanel Ayan if she forgives her dad, and she says, no, I don't. I feel like, he left me. And she says he wanted to marry her off at 14, but her big sister was the one who was like, girl, no, don't go with him. He's going to marry you off. So she's thanking God for her sister, because if not, she would have been married at 14. But she ends up running away with her sister, and she finally found this good husband, the one from 1999, and he basically adores her. That's the first person that ever made her feel safe. Not her dad, not anybody in her family as far as men. So she's extremely happy for that, and I'm happy for her too. But she said her dad never gave that to her. And listen, this goes back to what I said in my other review about Real Housewives of Atlanta. While I feel like you cannot force a man to do what he's supposed to do, Kenya was absolutely right. A father does instill self-esteem into his little girl before any other man ever gets a chance to. And I feel like Ayan right now is suffering from not having that. And because of that, she overcompensates. She's a beautiful girl. She doesn't have to overcompensate there. But I'm talking about the designer, the attitude, you know what I mean? Like all of the whole nine. And she's doing that because she needs to feel the validation that she's never got. So I feel like, wow, like that's crazy. But she also lets us know that her dad tied her to a tree and basically beat her. And basically told her you was the problem. So she has a lot of issues that she hasn't worked through. And I feel like Ayan, Miss Chanel, Miss Queen, as you are, listen, we all need therapy. We all have issues. Please, go talk to somebody, because we all have issues. I'm going to just say that. I ain't trying to harp on it too long. But that prompts Sarah to let her know that basically, look, girl, I feel like you were triggered at the dinner. That's why when old girl was saying, Brooks was saying he wasn't invited and all that stuff, that's what triggered you. And she says, absolutely right. That's what triggered me, because I've never felt wanted in anything. So when Brooks goes to say, oh, you weren't invited because you're not important and all this stuff, it kind of messed with her. And I felt at that moment so bad for Chanel Ayan. I was just like, oh my God, Brooks. I know y'all friends, Caroline Brooks, but damn, girl, can you back up a little bit? Jeez Louise. Give the girl a chance. But Sarah lets her know that she does hypnotherapy. And I'm just like, oh. Now, I don't really trust the psychology and the therapists of other cultures. But, okay. I ain't trying to be racist. I'm just saying we can't. It's a lot of things we ain't going to connect on. Say what I said. But Sarah said, girl, look, I was married twice, and I didn't feel like I did anything to be loved. But I've learned to get through that. I've learned to work with my trauma and all this stuff. And I've gotten through that. So she's basically trying to coach Ayan to get through that as well. Because she knows and she can see that Ayan hasn't gotten through that. But she suffered mental and physical abuse. And she wants her to open up. Sarah wants Ayan to open up so that she can kind of start healing. Because the first step to healing is acknowledgement and admittance, right? So she's just like, look, acknowledge you have an issue and admit it. She didn't say it like that, but that's where I got from it. So she asked Ayan, can she introduce her to a hypnotherapist that she knows, which is great because it wouldn't be great if she did it herself. There's a conflict of interest there because she is a friend of Ayan, and Ayan is all for it. You know, she said, I'll go, but she don't know if it'll work, but she'll go. Listen, this is where the episode ended. I am so here for Real Housewives of Dubai. Let me tell you why. Because I feel like a lot of things that Black Americans in America feel like we suffer through, we feel like we're like the only people who suffer through those things. This show and other shows like this are showing that it's not just us melanated people in America. It's melanated people all over that have issues. It's people all over, period. But especially the melanated, I say marinated, Lord. Especially the melanated people all over. We kind of have a lot of similarities. I'll just say that. But anyway, that was the end of the episode. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you hoes later. Bye.